Chairman Cummings and Ranking Member Jordan, thank you for the opportunity to appear and share my insight. I submit the inclusion of the citizenship question on the next census is not only common sense, it is constitutionally required. Section 2 of the 14th Amendment states, quote, representatives shall be apportioned among the several states according to their respective numbers, counting the whole number of persons in each state, excluding Indians not taxed, end quote. Section 1 of the 14th Amendment states, quote, no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. This latter provision is the Equal Protection Clause. After the 2010 census, illegal aliens were counted for reapportioning congressional districts and electoral college votes. Hence, states that had fewer illegal aliens saw a shift of their political power to states that had more illegal aliens. Law-abiding states lost not only congressional representation in Congress, they also lost electoral college votes that elect the President of the United States. I submit the citizenship power of citizens in low illegal alien count states was diluted as their congressional seats and electoral college representation was disproportionately cut. Similarly, the counting of illegal aliens for reapportionment of political power purposes violates the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause by unconstitutionally diluting the representative and political power of citizens who live in low illegal alien population states. In that vein, the United States Supreme Court has consistently upheld one-man, one-vote principles that prevent the dilution of a citizen's voting rights. For example, you have one-man, one-vote principles applied in our own congressional districts, wherein congressional district populations must be as equal as possible according to the, quote, as nearly as is practicable, end quote, standard, subject to deviation caused by, quote, legitimate state objectives, end quote. Although there is no bright-line test, congressional districts that have a 1% or more deviation usually do not withstand constitutional one-man, one-vote requirements, and constitutional districts with deviations of less than 1% usually withstand constitutional scrutiny. Similarly, I submit it is unconstitutional deprivation of 14th Amendment equal protection rights under one-man, one-vote principles to count illegal aliens for the purposes of reapportionment of congressional power and electoral college votes, because if illegal aliens are counted in the distribution of congressional representation and electoral college votes, then some citizens' votes are worth more or more powerful than votes of other citizens. That is wrong. Congressional districts with lower percentages of citizens because of higher illegal alien concentrations grant their citizens an unequal representative power when compared to citizens in districts with higher percentages of citizens and lower percentages of illegal aliens. Alabama's state motto is Audimus Jura Nostra Defender, which translates into, we dare defend our rights. I am here today to defend the rights of Alabamians and all Americans whose voting rights are diluted. Alabama will likely lose a congressional seat and an electoral college vote if illegal aliens are included in the count for reapportionment of congressional seats and electoral college votes. As such, the voting rights of Alabama citizens will be illegally diluted, and the equal protection rights of Alabama citizens, the one-man, one-vote rights of Alabama citizens, will be unconstitutionally denied. In Alabama, we do dare to defend our rights. In that vein, the state of Alabama, represented by Attorney General Steve Marshall, and I, as an Alabama citizen and member of Congress, last year filed suit in the Northern District of Alabama to challenge the counting of illegal aliens for the purposes of political power distribution. Also, there are bills pending before this committee that relate to this issue. I urge this committee to appropriately address them by defending the Constitution's Equal Protection Clause and long-held one-man, one-vote principles. I appreciate the opportunity to appear before you today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brooks. Any questions? Jordan.
I just want to, again, thank Mr. Brooks for raising this important issue, and I know his involvement with the legal action with his state. So thank you for taking the time to talk to the committee about something that I think is just fundamental. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Jordan.
Let me say to all of our witnesses, feel free to leave, Mr. Smith and Mr. Brooks. I know your time is not, what's the matter? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let me finish. I'm just out of respect for your time. When you finish, we will not be offended. Okay. All right. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank you for doing this as well. I'm sure if the average American understood that there are people up here who actually are succeeding in counting people here illegally towards reapportionment, I think they would be stunned. I would bet very, very tiny number of Americans know that's the goofy way that we're operating here. So thank you for carrying the torch.
Thank you, Mr. Groff.